Okay, I'm back and I'm going to show you a couple of things. The first thing to remember before you start work with anything is to wash your hands. Always have clean hands. And so I've done that, and as you work you'll find you get sticky things on them or whatever. So make sure that your hands are very clean when you start. So we're going to start with a document repair tape. I've talked about this. And so I've already got this prepared just because it's for the video, and I've cut a little piece. I have a little tear here. These are for small tears, and let's see if I can get this without cutting myself. And so you just take that. Normally I would have my micro spatula. There's my micro spatula. And so you see the little small piece, the little tear here, and you just very gently put it on. Bring it down past the end of it, just a tiny slight amount. And you're going to go up to the page, and you wouldn't have it this long, but I cut it a little too long. But what you would do then is gently smooth it over to the other side so that it provides strength there. That's actually not too bad, but generally just probably a 1/16 of an inch, certainly not more than an 1/8 of an inch. Notice that it makes it thicker. So if you just have one or two places like this in the same tear on different pages, that's fine to use document repair tape to fold it over. If you have several, it's going to make it too thick. So you want to just take it up to the end and cut it off, and you could use your X-Acto knife to cut that off even, so that and you don't wrap that. But otherwise you're going to wrap that. So then the next thing we're going to do is an overlapping tear, and then I'll show you what that is. An overlapping tear is, see how this is torn here, where it's not just where you would butt the edges up. You can see on this picture that the layers of it have actually torn, and so we don't need any kind of tape or any kind of Japanese paper to repair this particular type, an overlapping tear. So you can use either the Japanese wheat paste or you can use the PVA. And since I have one brush and I'm going to be using the wheat paste, I would dilute that if I were going to use the PVA, but the wheat paste, and normally I would even have a very much smaller brush, you can cut these down and make them more pointy, and I told you I would show you the better consistency, so I've fixed that. And so you're just going to get in here, get a little bit on this on your tiniest brush, and this is going to be, and you're going to take a few minutes. I'm going to do this very quickly, but basically what you're doing is you are just putting it right on that very tiny edge, your glue on that edge where it overlaps. You only need it on one side, and I forgot, you would have put the wax paper there first because you don't want it to stick to your cable or whatever you're using. And so I've got that glued on there. I haven't gone the way just because I don't have time. And then you're going to very gently, you can use a couple of different things. For something like this, you can use your micro spatula. Be careful, make sure that it matches up as much as you can. I would turn it over if you can. Sometimes you can't. In this case I did. Turn it over. And that's what I wanted to point out to you too. Notice that on this particular case we have pictures on both sides. I did that on purpose. But sometimes, so you have to be aware of which side you repair when we get to putting the tape on it. In this case, both of them are fine, but sometimes you'll have a more valuable side and a less valuable side. So that is what we call an overlapping tear. You're going to want to cover it with your wax paper lie a book on it, lightweight, and check it in an hour. It's always easier to redo or fix, modify in about an hour than waiting until 8 hours down the road and it's completely dry and you have to start all over again. So that's what we would do with that one. To tear the Japanese paper, I keep talking about it and you're thinking, are you ever going to show us how to do that? So, and I'm using this so you can see. So this is my Japanese paper, and basically what I'm going to do, there are two different ways to do it. I'm just going to demonstrate one. Take your straight edge, whatever the width that you want. I'll explain what you can do. So what you could do with your tiny little brush is dip it in water and run just a very, very thin bead down the side of your straight edge. That softens the fiber so you can tear it. You can also, and be careful, I'll show you how to do this on this. So I'm not going to have the water, but it can be done without it. You're just going to press down firmly and you're basically just going to tear a tiny little bit at a time. And you're tearing it, remember, not cutting it, because you want those little fuzzy feathered edges, so they can do that. And you just take your time and you can go down and just tear that all the way. This is not something that can be done quickly. So that's tearing your Japanese paper. So to repair a small tear with Japanese paper, my little ad here, or my thing here. So I've torn this before, and that's what you're always going to do. You're going to get set up, tear your paper, have everything ready to go before you actually whip out the glue or the paste. And so in this case, I've made it, my tear is actually quite a bit longer than what I'm going to repair. I could do that with that. That would not be any problem. But start your paper right to stop it, and then you're just going to tear off the length that you need. Just get this out of the way. You're always going to do this on wax paper or something that is in good shape, or so that you don't stick to anything. And so I'm just going to move this over. Probably if I were doing this for real, I would have them on separate areas so you don't accidentally get paste or glue all over your stuff. So you would separate these. In this case, I'm going to do this on the same one, just because. So you're going to take your wheat paste. It doesn't take a lot, but you want to get a little bit on there. And what you're going to do is you're going to hold down one end of it, and you're going to start in the middle, put your wheat paste on there, and you're going from the center out. And you can see as you get that paste on there how it lies down. You're going to go out and get those little feathered edges out. You don't want to go back and forth or like this, because it rolls up into this big wad that's almost impossible to smooth out. So you want to keep this smooth to start with. And it just, with everything involved in any of this stuff, as you've learned, you can't just slap it together. It takes a little bit. I'm trying to hurry this up because of the video that we have a time constraint on the video stuff that we're using for them. So I would normally take a little bit more time with this. Make sure. Okay, so I've got this out. I'm going to use my handy dandy micro spatula, and because if you try to pick it up with your fingers, you're going to get that nasty wad. So what I would do, you've got it glued. You're going to bring it up. Whoops, it's stuck to my fingers anyway. But all is not lost. We'll bring it back over here. And then my brush, I'm going to take a dry, clean brush and very gently, brushing from the inside, the center, to the outside, I'm going to smooth that out, make sure that it's adhered, and very gently press that out. I've got probably a little bit too much here, but I'm going to go ahead and do it to flip over. Normally I wouldn't flip my page over. I would just use it like this because I'm only going to have maybe 1/8 of an inch, and I would then do it like that. So that is just a small tear. Then I'm going to cover it, as you do everything, with my wax paper, lay a book on it. The Japanese paper doesn't take that much weight to get it to adhere and to smooth out, but a book is nice, or a board, little board. Notice how dark it is right here, and that's because of the water in it. As it dries, it will dry nicely into where it should blend in fairly well. That's the great thing about Japanese paper. If you have too much water, it might make it lumpy, and then you can blot it with the your paper towel, and then cover it up with your wax paper and weight it down and check it again in an hour. So we'll be right back.